Refresh our refuge in Guru Buddha Dhamma Sangha, then generate altruistic motivation, dedicating entire our existence, in particular this whole life, this very session to be most beneficial, all the way up to enlightenment for oneself and for the rest of the numberless sentient beings. Then pay salutation to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha and all the lineage gurus. Sangye Jodang Zoje Jonan La Jaju Badu Nani Jazoje Dage Jizoje Bezonama Dola Benje Sangye Drubarai Jo Sangye Jodang Zoje Jonan Jaju Badu Nani Jazoje Dage Jizoje Bezonama Dola Benje Sangye Drubarai Jo Sangye Jedang Zoje Jonala Janju Badu Dane Jas Daje Zoje Bezonamanje Benje Sangye Drubarai Jo Kange Dujene Zone Dawa Tamje Bambe Chere Tambe June Duen Zeme Kontam Dela Shanse Donye Nije Zondo Jobe Lama Zeje Zeje Kanche Dende Gun Chana Bemo Denze Karo Sowa Depso Da Ju Jinge Lo. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. So like the common preliminary that introduced in all Dharma, and especially for this particular teaching at the very beginning, emphasize, and then also at somewhere in the middle, emphasize about the importance of the four preliminary. So here again, just have a brief reflection on that. The first one, the preciousness of human life. I think for here, all of us, I think without doubt, by now, really realize that I too can practice Dharma. I am completely in a perfect position to practice Buddha Dharma, even to those individuals that who have not taken refuge in Buddha Dharma Sangha. You may be still following your own religious path, but then after learning even just from this course, if you manage to translate the teaching as instruction to your own understanding, then you manage to hear correctly and manage to translate correctly, and manage to have, the teaching is in the form of instruction, the betterment of way of life, then without doubt that even to someone as a non-Buddhist practitioner can practice Buddha Dharma perfectly, even to a non-Buddhist practitioner. So if you happen to be still practicing Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, whatever, Muslim, Buddhism is for everybody. Buddhist teaching is for everybody. You see, the key essence of the teaching is the highest potential of developing highest potential of attitude and highest potential of wisdom. So that's the thing, which is we label as a bodhicitta and altruistic wisdom of emptiness. These two can be practiced by anybody in anywhere. You don't have to be in a Buddhist temple to practice that. You don't have to be monk or nun, or even need to have a refuge. Of course, if you have, there's a benefit. But if not, still can practice. You see, whatever kind of job that you're doing, without needing to change that job place, the nature of job, and you can still practice these two perfectly. The whatever kind of job that you have, that's a perfect environment to practice these two method and wisdom. We learn so much about how to take everything onto the path to enlightenment, isn't it? Right? That's all about. So that meaning, whatever you're doing is right thing. No need to worry about that. I must change because I met Buddha Dharma, so now I need to change. And now you start to instead of completely oneness with the Dharma wisdom, mind filled with worries. Oh no, now course is finishing. Now maybe you need to prepare for changing the job, changing places. Isn't it? That's quite a hard work. Yeah. So therefore, yes. What we learn is we learn to take everything onto the path. Make most meaning out of it. So in that way, relatively, whichever position you are in, that's the best ground to develop yourself, to perfect the practice of Dharma. When we talk about taking more precepts, I think tomorrow when we go to Mahabodhi temple, two things to do that. One is to take refuge. Another one is to take Bodhisattva on the basis of that. And taking refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, if you want to do the Buddhist way, which is for you to regard Buddha as your figure of God, your figure of Buddha, your figure of Dhamma, Sangha, then a view and attitude of Buddhist teaching, the true altruism, is the key Dharma. Then being the someone who is being in that realization. So then that is the Sangha, and yourself cultivating that, then progressing to be yourself also, eventually become a Sangha, So, yeah, but then otherwise, you can still take, if you are still, want to keep your own religious tradition, because that is the environment that helping you to develop your heart, and you have this very comfortable, conducive, virtuous environment in your community. Then you reinforce your refuge in your, let's say God, let's say, Shiva, Vishnu, etc., or Jesus, or Mother Mary. But seeing them as embodiment of Buddha. Seeing them as embodiment of Buddha. After meeting Buddha Dharma, you appreciate that Buddha's wisdom, then you reinforce your own refuge in your own, the refuge you already have. But the one step, supplementing the benefit you receive from Dharma, then see them as an embodiment of Buddha. Then integrate the Buddha's teaching into your own path. Can do that. So then, if you're not quite sure and you don't have any religious kind of refuge, then now you recognize your own Dharmakaya nature, your true nature, your innate being. Oh, that's your Buddha. That's what the name, hearing Buddha is talking about. That you just acknowledge that. You hear about Dharma, that's talking about that. You hear about Sangha, also talking about that. So when you take refuge, means you place trust to that, not to the conceptual, emotional person or mind. You place trust to that. From now on, I'm going to listen to that, not the emotional mind. So I'm going to listen to that, meaning the wisdom you learn from the Dharma is expressions of that your inner being. Say about compassion is this voice of the knowledge of that wisdom you have, that true being you are. Then you take a commitment that I want to develop that. I want to reach up to fully awakening state of that. Not even need to mention Buddha or Buddhism. You simply want to awaken fully the true being of yourself by staying away from all the dualisms or conceptual hallucinations, harmful attitudes and harmful views. You see, so that individual living on the path that way, you equally reach Buddhahood, even without having the title, the tag called Buddhist. Even that also, like that, you see. So this is something that tomorrow, if you are still there, if you're not living before the visit to Mahabodhi temple, then I would say that this is the right time. This is the right time, right place, and we managed to kind of at least leave a imprint through transmissions of altruistic Dharma. There's no better time, there's no better place than this to kind of make it serious about the path. That's the kind of the essence that you're going to take with you the rest of your time wherever you go, and that is the refuge. That is your best friend. That's going to be your protector, your companion, your helper, your guide. Worst period of time, also that will be with you. Happiest time, also that will be with you. And you never need to kind of depend on somebody's availability of time, to make you feel better, or help you to come out of when the karma ripen on us. And when you're happy, not like you need to have somebody to share the happiness. You see, if you have, why not? But if not, you can be so happy. Even you want to dance, there are so many Bodhisattvas dancing together. If you want to at home alone, but you want to eat very nice, elaborate food, you have so many celestial friends to enjoy together. You see, so you're never alone. Never alone. You see, you always have a best friend. And then because of that confidence, then along the way in the conventional world, you will meet very nice people in your way. You'll be surprised that there are so many nice people out there that you become friends. I think many of you have experienced that, isn't it? Along the way, you never thought that I would meet this person, which is so amazing, so nice, so honest, so helpful, but you met. There are many people like that. I think just like us, all of us here, we are like that, We never thought we will meet like this. You see, like for me, all of you are my best friend, best brother, sister. But it's like you're like family. No more than conventional family, conventional worldly family. More than that. You see, we even with my own family, some of them I never get a chance to enjoy Dharma together. But for you all, I had the chance to enjoy Dharma together. At least I know that how amazingly each and every one of you like make my life so meaningful. Within these few days, make met, I can regard this is the highlight of my life. You can regard like that. What can be more more amazing benefit than that? So this you receive from good people. You receive from friends and real families and friends. And this impact is go beyond this lifetime. You see. So. For me, I would say this is truly the blessings of the Dharma. Blessings of the gurus, blessings of the Buddha, whichever. Could be your own true nature, could be that your own God, could be that Buddha, could be that guru, whichever you relate to. That's it. Because of that, you see. So. Yeah. So I think like this, very basic. This is the thing has to happen immediately. Then you really can enjoy the journey of your spiritual path or whatever you want to say. Just stay up to intellectual knowledge can't help. And if you didn't manage to settle completely, then you keep kind of like, never-ending searching. Mama say, even you have never managed to appreciate, never managed to enjoy, keep searching, then it's very much didn't manage to receive the real blessing. It may happen like that. You see, of course we need to continue to learn. Continue to gather more knowledge. How to say, make more, as many connections as possible, to all sentient beings, isn't it? To no question about to all the Buddhas. But one thing has to make sure that whatever the learning that you have, certain kind of capability to practice you have to live fully, as if that's it. There's no more to search. There's nothing more left to make fully of what you have. That's important. You see, there's a danger of most of us missing that part. If you miss that part, then it's a big thing is missing. And because of that missing, it's almost like, say, even you want to build a home, you layer the first brick stable, then you put the second layer, like that, isn't it? You have the first bricks, you throw away and go and search another bricks. And then that also put aside, you search another bricks. So you cannot build, the house that you want to build. It's exactly like that, you see. So, what do you call this word contentment is a very, very precious word, precious meaning. Contentment in the Dharma doesn't mean that you don't learn more. Means you completely kind of absorb, completely receive fully everything, whatever in the present time, yeah? Then that will naturally, that contentment naturally, serve as a basis to receive more, whatever is more needed. In another word, appreciation. You see, whatever Dharma knowledge, Dharma practice, that capability you have, you need to have the heartful appreciation. Then there you start to you at least have the basis to taste the taste of the Dharma. That's the way that you're able to kind of like get grounded. So otherwise it will stay in our emotion. So then, as mentioned before, when you stay in the emotion, then when emotion is happy, then Dharma is wonderful. If emotion is disturbed, Dharma is not wonderful. So it becomes like that, you see. So, yeah. Then the Bodhisattva precepts, after that, Bodhisattva precepts. Again, everyone actually already practicing the practice of Bodhisattva precepts, even before having the precepts. It's very much doing your very best, the practice of six paramita. The practice of six paramita is a practice that will lead to, be confident to practice the precept. This practice of six paramita also, if after you have the precept, that's the practice to improve yourself. Six paramita is the practice to bring perfection in your Bodhisattva precept, including the enlightenment. State of enlightenment is, fully perfections of the six paramita. So therefore, all of us, in our very best, already practicing all the six of them. Generosity is already practicing, morality is already practicing, concentration, patience, wisdom, already practicing. So now, taking the precept is just, make it more solid. It's kind of like make it yourself committed to it. That much extra thing, you see. But benefit is it's numberless, unbelievable benefit. Having the precept and not having the precept, huge benefit. When you have the precept, it become a path. When you don't have the precept, it is a practice, but not necessarily become a path. So that's the difference, you see. So. So the precept of enlightenment, to be able to take the most precious, representations of the Buddha's heart, bodhicitta, is Bodh Gaya. You see, the Bodh Gaya, the stupa represents Buddha's heart. Buddha's heart means bodhicitta. The enlightened mind, or enlightened mind. You see, so when you take Bodhisattva vow, we take in the presence of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So there's no in the conventional world, there's no greater place than this place. You see, so it will make our lives so meaningful in that way. As mentioned briefly before, isn't it the benefit? Meritorious wise, you become families of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You become a child of the Buddha. Words become the best. Whatever kind of history we have, that is the kind of really like bordering. How to say, crossing the border like that, from our negative side of being to the absolute positive side of reincarnation. You see, so that can be so meaningful. It's the best offerings to the Buddhas and Gurus, and best gift to the sentient beings. Best service to your parents, your family members, really amazing. So So tomorrow we see how the crowd is. If there's not many noise and crowds, then we can sit at the, especially where there's a refuge have done. The Buddha have given the first refuge. There's a area behind the Tara temple. Maybe we can do that, because I think at the moment under the Bodhi tree, I think there's a prayer festival is happening. So if in case the prayers very noisy and too many people, then maybe we can do like the how we did on the first day. Some of us, we went there, we just queue up, go inside the temple, and I will keep reciting the refuge and the Bodhisattva, the precept prayers, and from your side, from your heart, in front of this Buddha's holy object, absolute presence of the Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, then it is celestial across all the 3 times Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, without doubt, definitely there. Then you just make the commitment in your heart. So not even need to mention anything. I will just keep reciting at some corner there. Then you all can just go in, and while you're working in already, look into Buddha's eye and just like yourself, when firmly enter into the path, take refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, I too take refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Just like yourself, when you first enter into the path of the Bodhisattva, you take Bodhisattva vows, I too now taking Bodhisattva vows. Even though, of course, there's an intentional Bodhisattva vow, aspiring Bodhisattva vow, engaging Bodhisattva vow, but I think there's not much as I mentioned before, we're already doing our very best. So therefore, I think nothing will stop you to concern you, not being able to take the engaging Bodhisattva vow. So I think, again, the second preliminary, thinking of impermanent, death and impermanent. You see, what we really don't know what kind of world ahead, within and without, you see. So be courage enough to really to take it. There's no harm, only benefits, isn't it? So thinking of the nature of impermanence of life. So I must I shouldn't have any doubt not to take it. If you manage to convince yourself that, I think you have really managed to express genuine compassion to yourself. You see, if you clear the doubt of not taking what I don't want to, and make sure you commit to these 2 things, or at least commit to these 2 things, then that's you manage to express true love to yourself. You really manage to take good care of yourself, that which benefits limitlessly. You see, so in fact, these 4 wondrous, preliminary teachings are very beneficial to make us understand. I can and I must do now because impermanent. I can because precious memory, but I must do now because of this preciousness lies in the nature of impermanent. And then thinking of the flow of samsara, thinking of the karma, how karma works, the flow of samsaric existence, the status, the education and degrees, the wealth, even the environment of friends and family, no one can protect us when karma befall onto us. You see, so one thing that definitely can able to get out of the bondage of karma and delusion, or get away from all the sufferings of the existence of six realm, is the dharma. So therefore, the third decision, from now on, I will, in my very best ability, I will live on the path of the dharma by taking everything onto the path, like what the Lojong teaching taught, like that, Yeah. So we do that. Okay. Thank you. So we will read a little bit. So today, actually, there's one very important subject. So page 111, there's a few, quite a few lines related to yesterday's, what we discussed about taking adversities for the purpose of purification and accumulations of merit, which is taking everything onto the path of training, on the path of method aspect of the path, bodhicitta and emptiness. So he says, relate whatever you can to meditate right now. When adverse circumstances unexpectedly strike, train in the true awakening mind, right there and then. How successful you are able to do that? As we mentioned quite many times, that we need to train when situations are comfortable. Then you use this technique when negative circumstances strike onto us, then can be so effectively can take onto the path. For instance, if you are stuck with leprosy or severe infectious diseases, if you are lynched by a crowd, beaten up, rope, or attacked with a weapon, or if you simply fall to meet your desires condition by encountering harms caused by non-human forces or acute unbearable sufferings, think how the vast universe contains infinite cases like your own and generate compassion for those enduring these sufferings. Always using your own negative situation to feel for others. This is the thing. Even developing great compassion, first you need to focus on your own limitations, but then don't stop there. You think of your limitation. The one of the mistake is, you think of your limitation and you completely kind of, stuck there. Then that lead to depression. That's disaster. So that didn't know how to practice. So we need to think of our limitation for the reason of to be able to understand the limitations of others. Then power. As you mentally take all of this in one fell swoop upon your own suffering, imagine your suffering increasing to such an intensity that your heart could break open. Following this, reflect like this. This perpetrator of harm has been my spiritual teacher of training in the awakening mind and the practice of forbearances, and has thus been most kind to me. The moment you see this suffering in others, right there and then take them upon yourself. So now, let's say when we walk outside, so there are many suffering beings out there. When you see them, then take their karma, take their pain, take their ignorant, the delusions upon the self-grasping and self-cherishing attitude. Even just remembering, reciting that, it is so beneficial, because one may not just simply say, oh, this ripen upon my self-grasping, self-cherishing attitude, and all the benefits and merit ripen upon them, so they don't need to suffer. Also, when intense, unbearable afflictions arises because of attachment, anger, contemplate as before, and take them upon yourself. You see, so this is like must. We must have this idea, this training, which every day, within hour we have this either emotional attachment, emotions of anger, emotions of so many negative emotions arises. So once you know how to practice like this, then in fact the arising of these negative emotions are favorable condition. You see, now this is not a bad thing. Makes sense? You see? Now anger arises, now anger feels so shy. I came to disturb you, but you don't feel disturbed. You welcome me. I say, oh, then I want to go away. You see? So it's a very reverse psychology. I remember there's I think in Sarah. So there's one person like is very senior monk. Just like I feel very uncomfortable with him. So he's teasing me. I don't like it. So, but then of course, we all the time, we're very much in the same place. We walk, we in the same place. So I just feel not nice. But there's no other route for me to go. There's the same route, isn't it? So after that, since he's senior, so whenever I see him, I show so much respect. So much respect, like bowing down like that, like as guru coming. Then until he feels shy. He feels shy to kind of like tease me. So then he behaves, So it's a very good method. So if I try to fight with him, I don't think so. He's so big size, and no way I can win. You get into trouble. So it did like that. Well, then he's even you can see that he feels shy, and he start to like kind of okay, So like this, then immediately now like I receive very precious gift to fit to this self-grasping, self-cherishing attitude. I say thank you for arriving, thank you for coming into me. Then just fit that to the self-grasping, self-cherishing attitude, and you are not disturbed. You make use of it rather than the anger can make use of you. You see, so I think the anger mind kind of, because they object you from the harm of other whatever. So even attachment, when attachment arises, do the same thing. I think can be helpful. So in our normal world, when someone is trying to harm you, then you try to fight back. You think that's the way to win, and that never work. See, that never work. It's so obvious in the world. That never work. You see, the compassion works. Compassion works. Compassion really able to subdue the enemy, like what his son is practicing, isn't it? If whatever the inconvenience, to somebody try to use violence, then I think it will just fuel. So similarly to with our emotion, the whatever antidote we use, the Dharma antidote, all a peaceful one. Is a peaceful method. Let's say for anger, you use emptiness. It's very peaceful. You see, we name that it harms, it destroys the anger. No, actually, it's benefit the angry mind. You know, it is the best way of carrying that very suffering mind. You see, it's not like a normal way. Even though we use quite tough language, you know, we want to destroy the anger. You know, it doesn't hurt the anger. It doesn't hurt that mind. You know, it just kind of purify that the anger mind itself, the whatever inconvenience is there, you purify and make that mind so comfortable, you know, so harmonious with you, isn't it? After this, imagine all other beings as free of both suffering, and it is causes an enjoying happiness. Lamri Thamba stated, all of what is called transforming adverse condition into enlightenment entail the cessations of expectation and apprehension. So long as these two do not cease, one cannot take adverse condition onto the path. Even if one were eventually lead to the path that is free of expectation and apprehension, training in the differentiations of the enemy and friend at such a time would be like trying to strengthen a crooked tree. So like that. Okay. So now, I think the fifth point, yeah. From the 7th point, presentation of the lifetime practice in summary. So this is the summary. Lifetime practice while we are living, and also at the time that we transiting to the new reincarnation. So very much all the practices can bring into these 5 points. Which called the power of intention, then power of acquaintance, power of positive seed, positive karma, power of purification, eradication, and then the power of aspirational prayers or wishes. So these are the 5. As a guide, as a 5 points to exercise while we are living day to day. Whatever we do, we try to have these 5 elements, or at least one within a day. Try to achieve these 5 elements of the practice, which is the 5 power. Which will bring effective purification, effective accumulations of merit, effective transformation. It says, the yogi of this teaching should engage in all mind training by means of the condensed practice of the 5 power. You see, so all of us, yogi, a practitioner, all of us, whether you label or not, if you are truly want to receive the benefit of Dharma, you have to be Lojong practitioner. You have to be practitioner of mind training. If Dharma is not becoming training of the mind, then it cannot become Dharma. You see, like what Buddha says, not to commit negative karma, commit only wholesome action, subduing the mind. Lojong, the mind, is the teachings of Buddha. So, so training of the subduing the Dharma has to be a method of subduing the mind. So all Dharma practice has to be lojong, training the mind. Then the trained mind become path. Using the tools of Dharma, and you manage to train, the trained mind is the path. That comes in a form of renunciation, love, compassion, bodhicitta, wisdom, like that. First is the power of propelling intention. From now until my full enlightenment, I shall never be divorced from the true awakening mind, and I shall not allow my mind training to lose its continuity. I shall make sure I shall make sure to never be divorced from the true awakening mind until my death. So think like that. See, bless yourself by resolving in terms of this year and this month and so on. Repeatedly propel your thought in this way with a great force. You see, in the morning when we start the motivation, you say, even in a very brief motivation, you say, please dedicate the rest of our existence and this very whole life, this very month, this very week, this very day, this very session to be most beneficial, for the numberless sentient beings. Temporary happiness after the ultimate happiness, enlightenment. This is what it means, like that. So you see, the moment you wake up, it's so important to have this habit. The moment you wake up, first thought, try to have this mind, the positive intention, bodhicitta intention. You see, so in case like you are supremely rushed to toilet, then while walking to toilet, what do you call, half open eye, but because your mind is wake up, isn't it? So instead of only focusing on the toilet, so you try to have that mind, it's like dedicating, even going to toilet now also for that purpose, So anyway, sometimes you will be in that position, isn't it? The moment you wake up, first thing is like high tide. So you have to go to rush to the toilet, so no choice, isn't it? So, but otherwise, then the moment you wake up, like even before kind of adjusting your body, you see, the first thought is bodhicitta intention. See, and sometimes when we wake up because of you happen to, sleep on the wrong pillar, neck pain, isn't it? So you want to adjust. You want to adjust and want to sleep more, So even before do that, the moment your mind wake up, the first thing, this intention. So in that way, even that one moment is not wasted, between, like that, you see. So every moment become cause of enlightenment. Every moment it become cause of contribution to the well-being of others, And so 1 to 2, 3, 4 times you do like that, and after that, it naturally will come in your way, and that really right there brighten your day. Right there, because of this intention, is so powerful. You see, it just let you realize clearly, the life is so meaningful to live. Yes, there's thing to be settled in the job place with the family. Yes, but this is very tiny. You start to regard. You start to find right after motivation like this, all the problem you see very tiny, very small. You see. Otherwise, the first thing when you wake up, you start to think about how to handle my day. The situation, it sounds so big. It's like then it's like feel like I want to disappear from in the bed like that. Then there's, if the situation is become so intense to your mind, then they can do wrong things also. So, yeah, dedicating, your life as a wish fulfilling jewel, like what the Nagarjuna have mentioned, the Shantidevas, all these masters like His Holiness, they use this attitude from the very morning, in very simple way, to make it even more relevant, then you just take a little bit of time. Whoever, after dedicating like this, then you say, whoever see me, whoever touch me, whoever praise me, whoever scold me, misunderstand me, even course of my life, or every single moment wherever I may be, even in relation to the elements, may I be the cause of virtue, cause of harmony, cause of happiness, cause of virtue, you see. So that way, like wherever you go, you become like a relics. Like we bring a relics, places to blessed. Like I give an example before. Kyabje Lama Sopa Rinpoche bring all these relics and the texts, even in the aeroplane. It really bless the atmosphere, bless even the land and the beings, which go underneath. Even the text is carried by the aeroplane. It definitely carries the benefit like that, you see. So you can become that relics, you see. So you are so kind of like richness in the service of sentient being, in the service of virtue. So if you know that, how meaningful to live, isn't it? How amazing your life is, everywhere you go, wherever you are, you're contributing beneficial things to the world, Then keep remembering that I can do this, I'm doing this. They call rejoicing. Keep your heart so happy. You see, even physically you may be exhausted, but then mentally it's like so much joy. So that matters the most. You see. So now this intention, if able to, then have this intention before every action you perform, or at least before every major action you perform. Let's say cooking. So just before cooking, you have this, motivation. Then entire cooking becomes so beneficial. You see, with this motivation, naturally your cooking will have the element of 6 paramita. Element of 6 paramita. So if you have a children, you need to take care of children. If you have this motivation for the taking care of children, there will be an element of 6 paramita, taking care of children. If you have a partner to take care of your wife, take care of your husband, even one of you have this bodhicitta motivation to the relation to your partner, there will be a 6 paramita as an element. You have the tools of 6 paramita to take care of your husband, to take care of your wife, to take care of your children, to take care of your parent. You see? So if someone is doing social work, like Dharma work, serving in the center, monastery, etc., even like Dharma teachers, have this motivation, then you will have a 6 paramita as a immune system, like that you carry. You see, then like 100% giving as a practice of offering and generosity. You see, and there's an moral integrity. You see, then so much patience. So much patience. When there's a patience, then peace, isn't it? So let's say among two people need to live whole life together. If there's no element of patience, surely, boom, now and then, maybe initially so wonderful, but then after that, just to see the same face every day, I don't think so. Like if you are asked to eat the bread here, the whole throughout the 365 days, I think you will go throw the bread to the cook, or you may throw to yourself. So for 1 week, maybe 1 month, very nice, it's the best. But then after that, human nature, no, I mean not just the bread. I think whatever you eat, same thing. So therefore, so you need this motivation. So if you have this motivation, then whole life you eat the same bread, also no problem. So you will feel more and more delicious. More and more delicious, like that. You see. So it's most important. We need this motivation. You see. Then even the other person is not changing, not being better, but for you, you enjoy. When before, even say nice, also you start to misunderstand because you don't have this element. You see, now the person being very nasty to you, you smile back. It's like kind of like you kind of amazed. It's like now scolding you, accusing you, like kind of like. So that maybe you may get into maybe more trouble. I'm imagining. So maybe like kind of may get into more trouble, but then until there will come a point that I'm too tired to scold you, then start to be gentle to you, is it? So I think very good method. So I think most people, we don't try this method. We always try the other way, the worldly way. It didn't work up to today, isn't it? Is there any proof that it worked? Anything? The worldly way? No. I don't think so. So now we should try new technique. Try this technique, to deal with whatever. If things are good, I think this motivation will even make it better. You see, so there's no limitations. There's no limits. There's no limits to improve better in the attitude of bodhicitta. That's what I call altruism. Yeah, it can make, let's say, two people's relationship will make perfection up to Buddhahood. It become a source of method and wisdom up to achieving Buddhahood. If you apply this element, you see, not an inconvenient, you see, you will never get bored about each other. You will see more and more meaning into each other. You see, even one party, the other party who do not practice this, if you practice this, you will see all the meaning of enlightenment in that other party. We learn about, isn't it? If someone is hurting you, it's your teacher. Now, if your wife hurting you, you have the guru living with you, isn't it? Is it that difficult husband is a guru living with you? Is it now? Can you like kick off your guru out of your life? You won't do that, isn't it? Will you do that? The most precious, who's causing your enlightenment, and now I want to divorce. Will you do that? You won't do that, isn't it? You see, so some more the impact of the guru is so intense. You see, you will even treasure more, and that way, even in the conventional reality, that way you can subdue the other person, someone who is not good partner, then you can subdue that person. This is the tools of bodhicitta. I think with bodhicitta, there's nothing that cannot be subdued. The bodhicitta is one of the heart, even more valuable than wisdom or emptiness. Bodhicitta is something so relative level. In relative level, make relative mind to understand your genuine love, your genuine compassion. You see, so I think that is the most powerful. You see, yeah. So all this, so this has to translate into our ordinary life. You know, to use it in our day-to-day life. You see, now so you go to work. You know, many people have difficulty in the workplace. You know, maybe the boss is not. If you're working under somebody, the boss is not understanding you. You know, if you are the boss, you say the staff is not understanding you. Basically, everybody has a problem. You see, and the colleague kind of like jealous about you. You know, blah blah. You see, so there's no way you can solve the problem in the worldly way out there. Then until that you are put into a position that you have to leave the job, then and it's so difficult to find a job, you see. But if you use this technique, the technique of bodhicitta, when you go there, you know, you have a very clear mind. You know, why I need to be so personal? Why I need to take everything so personal at the job place? I mean, if you are the boss, then maybe you have to take a bit personal. But not everybody is a boss in the office, isn't it? So you go there is to earn the salary, isn't it? And you honestly do your job. And you do your job, you get the salary. The salary is not decreasing, then okay. Even the whole world there is scolding you also, you know, who cares? You know, because you care because of the worldly way, because there's the ego is there. You know, then, you know, like you expect, you know, you expect some kind of like a respect, some kind of like a, you know, like kind of nice word or acknowledgement. You know, that won't give you a better salary, isn't it? That won't increase, that won't kind of add you to bonus salary, isn't it? Yeah. So I have a niece. So she's working in Australia, so I stay with her. So so now she's good. So before that, initial level, so much complaint from the work. So many complaints. Like, you know, oh, the customer treat me like that. You know, oh, today not enough staff, so I have to run from here to there. So I think she's expecting like kind of like support. So I say your fault. It's your fault. There's nothing wrong with your workplace. It's your fault. I say, who asked you to run so fast? I said, why you affected the customer? You know, like scolded you. You know, the customer scolded you because of the service she's working in the restaurant, so the service is too slow. So the consequences of that, the restaurant will lose the customer. And you see, so why you have to be so personal? Why you have to take so personal? I say you should be in my position. You know, I think you'll be very good nun. You know, I think I should be working there. I get a little better. I have a more nastier heart. I say, you know, you say everything like kind of like you want to fix everything. I say it's not possible. So you fix your thinking. No, I was saying like that. I say, of course, you cannot waste, you know, like be lazy working there. You have to do your part. But if the boss is not concerning about that, if the whole restaurant is not concerning about that, then you cannot take all the trouble onto you. You only suffer. At the same time, cannot fix the situation. You see. So I say rather do your job. As long as your salary is on time, you'll be happy with that. You know. So anyway, I say more than what I'm saying here, and I said many rounds. So now she's like very happy. She do a good job, but at the same time, you know, she's not kind of like a how to say overwhelmed by all these surrounding situations. So anyway, I don't know why I'm saying this, but yeah, a job place. Many people have problem. You see, so when you change your attitude, then that's it. I mean, I'm sorry to say, oh, that's it. It sounds like so easy. Of course, it's not easy, but you try one or a few times, it becomes so close to your heart, the Bodhisattva way of attitude, then things become better and better, like that. There's so many people have relationship problem, unfortunately. You see, why have to go through that? Especially someone who met the Dharma, at least you know how to have some peace in your heart. Not that is not dependent on the other person's action. You see, and we have the tools of Dharma to train our mind to still be happy even in the situation. Of course, if there's an excessive kind of unbearable kind of sufferings are causing, then I also usually say, the karma is coming to the end, then we should move on. I said that before. But there are a lot of ways we can fix. Things can make better. So Dharma should be helpful even in that aspect. So then after that, the power of acquaintance refer to cultivating the true awakening mind at all time, free of distraction. So everything seeing through the eyes of bodhicitta, through the eyes of emptiness, or everything is see through the eyes of love, compassion, and selflessness, or even seeing things in the through the eyes of impermanent, understanding the wisdom of impermanent. You see, there are so many problems are because of we have a permanent fixation. You see, so if we are fully mindful in the understanding of impermanent, great problems in life will be already clear by that. You see, or even the intense problems, it become very light problem. You see, so very much most of the problems are there's a delusional experience. So therefore, since being delusional experience, there would always be exaggeration, polarization. So the moment we have this beneficial wisdom, this exaggeration will be reduced. The polarization will be reduced, and that's where the relief you can experience like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe we can take a short break here. Thank you. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, so I will continue reading the third power from the four, what do you call from the five powers for the lifetime instruction or guide. So the power of positive seed means striving during the period in between session in virtuous activities, such as engaging in the 10 spiritual practices, like such as the practice of generosity, etc. That which will serve as causes of achieving then 10 perfections. In short, is like observation of the Bodhisattva precepts, observing 18 root vows, 46 secondary vows. So those are where you gather all the right and complete causes for enlightenment. So free of any damaging interferences from your body, wealth, and so on, for the purpose of engendering those experiences. Engendering those experiences of this teaching that have not yet risen, and enhancing those already arising. So just like the Atisha's, the bodhicitta dedication, by collecting, the practice of generosity, morality, etc., help if your bodhicitta is not fully, if you are not, the bodhicitta is not born in you, that will serve as a causes to be born. If you already develop bodhicitta, it will serve for you to progress. Then if you have bodhisattva training or bodhisattva precepts, but if there's any transgression, also will help to purify, so that the way is to, like such as 6 paramita, practice of 6 paramita, start from there, then collecting, altruistic capabilities, the perfections of, top melam, that adds to the 6, then become 10. So gathering more skillful means benefiting sentient beings, then gathering more powers. Power is not like what normally we talk about it. The power here is like power of your speech, power of your physical presentations, and power of your mind, and that comes from consecrating our 3 doors with the value of bodhicitta, through the start with the motivation. You see, so you gather. If you uphold the speech accordingly with the value of bodhicitta, everything is spoken, for the benefit of virtue, for the benefit of sentient being. Speaking wisely, speaking kindly, speaking timely. That gives, speaking truth will give power to the speech. the meritorious power to the speech. So, people pay attention to you, what you say, and people, whatever you say, carry weight, impeccable weight, of beneficial impact, and people hear correctly. If we don't have the meritorious power to speech, even you speak so kindly, people misunderstand. Even you praise somebody, wholeheartedly praising somebody, but because of speech has no power, people think that you are flat, what you call, sarcastic. You're being sarcastic. When you carry the power of speech, even you kind of, scold you. And say, I told you don't do this, like that. You feel, wow, so kind. It's like in my benefit, you see. So that's a matter of how much meritorious power you carry in your speech. And so when you start to speak with the motivation of bodhicitta, then that itself is the starting of consecrations of your speech. That brings the powers, you see. The physical present, the moment people see you, they get inspired in virtue. They feel genuinely happy. They feel comfortable. They feel secure. Otherwise, sometimes even like we go and help people scared of you. You honestly you want to go and help somebody, but people scared of your appearance there. So we physically also you need to carry that kind of power. Then and most importantly, the heart need to carry a lot of power. That you see, the moment you think of someone, the person receives the protection, the benefit. No question about you wish someone's well-being. You say like prayer, why we request prayer from holy beings? Because they carry the altruistic power. So when they think of you, when you submit your name, you request prayer, and they think of your well-being, you directly get affected. Beneficial blessings you receive because of the power they carry. So we too, even as a beginner, we can carry those power. So how to go about? Everything you conduct with bodhicitta. Then the more you generate bodhicitta heart, and we have like almost 24 hours, we have opportunity to exercise that. You see, the moment you wake up, you set bodhicitta motivation. When you eat breakfast, before eating breakfast, you start with bodhicitta motivation. By dedicating your breakfast for the benefit of sentient being. The moment you're dressing up, bodhicitta motivation. When you go and wash, brush, if you want to make it even more training, then every detail, you see, every detail, every detail, just kind of wearing the upper garment, lower garment, you can go detail, you can go even more detail, you see. So this opportunity is not stressing you up, making you so hard that I need to think, each time I need to think bodhicitta. No, not like that. So take as a available opportunity, so like this. If really cannot manage, at least start with at least one motivation in the early morning for the rest of the activities of the day. Then, in order to dedicate, gain beneficial impact, meritorious impact, the remaining 6 or 7 or 8, how many hours that you're going to sleep before go to bed, you again, set motivation, you see. So there's another one is purification that comes later. You see, before go to bed, then do a short purification practice. like reflecting of opponent power, just like flashback of at least that, the throughout the day activities. If you realize that anything is not accordance with bodhicitta, then you feel the presence of the Buddha, Bodhisattva, Guru, say, those acknowledge them. These are not aligned with my principle. So I regret of that. So regretting non-virtuous doing is a virtue. Regret, the second opponent power. Then after that, then you can refresh the bodhicitta as antidote, or meditate emptiness, or remember the Guru, remember the Buddha, Bodhisattva, or remember to recite Om Vajrasattva Hung or Om Mani Padme Hung, the third antidote, or see the lack of inherent existence of that faults that you perform, antidote. Then after that, then the fourth antidote, the fourth opponent power is I will not repeat this mistake again. And for that you need a time frame. It's understood as you need to have a time frame in order to bring effective purification, that at least until tomorrow I wake up. Then I don't think, in the sleep you won't create that, so very safe, isn't it? So otherwise you say, whole life I don't want to, get into that same trouble. It's sometimes we may like a bit of lying, not lying, but so be definite. So till tomorrow morning I wake up, even course of my life, I will not commit such thing, like that, you see. So then after that, then generate bodhicitta motivation, dedicating rest of the existence, in particularly all the time of sleeping, So there are certain kind of mental factors directly can change because of the motivation. So one of them is the mind of sleep. So mind of sleep, whether become neutral, virtue, non-virtue, artistic virtue, is depend on what motivation you planted into the sleeping mind. So then that way you create abundance of positive seed, altruistic, meritorious karma, which are ultimately cause of enlightenment. Immediate level, abundance of causes and condition for your happiness. You see, so more the merit we have, more the life become more convenient, easy, and happy. Sufferings, problems due to exhaustions of merit, or no merit, no new merits. You see, so best way to create merit is through altruism. It is understood that the merit that you accumulate through altruism, meaning either the action was infused by bodhicitta motivation, or the action is aligned with the bodhisattva's conduct, or dedicate in bodhicitta, is like wish fulfilling. The merit that which is, how to say, the greatness in the lasting until we achieve enlightenment, until all sentient beings achieve enlightenment, and also pervasive. It reached out to all sentient beings. Then the other kind of merit, other than merit that has the element of bodhicitta, is like a plantain tree. So in the Buddhism of the Charya, you learn about that. The difference between the merit of bodhicitta and other merits. So it's giving an example like fruit. Certain fruit tree, they all the time produce repeatedly. In every season, the certain fruit tree, once you produce once, finish. Like banana tree, I heard something like that. Once you produce one banana, then there's no more fruit will give. other tree, every season there's a fruit, and some more wish-fulfilling fruit tree, is kind of a celestial kind of fruit tree. Then, like all the time, there's a result to be enjoyed. So the merit with bodhicitta is something like that. Then, when we talk about altruistic merit, means it has the element of both wisdom and method. Means bodhicitta as well as there's an element of wisdom. There are many, even ordinary virtue, if you manage to seal with the two bodhicitta, let's say, there's element of bodhicitta, then also, there's element of understanding it is ultimate nature in emptiness. Then it says that no obstacle can destroy the merit, the altruistic wisdom will help have no leakage of the creations of merit, and also no loss by occurring obstacles. Otherwise, it's also can understand, like again from the Bodhisattva of the Charya by Shantideva, you see how destructive the emotion of anger. One moment of anger can destroy eons of accumulations of merit. And these are talking about the merit didn't manage to seal with the altruistic wisdom. Then, when anger arises, it finishes, it destroys. So, utmost important to seal with it, both true altruism. So then, creating merit, through the bodhicitta is a wisest. You see, especially especially relating to the life that, the manner of life that we have. We are busy people, isn't it? Is there anybody who is not busy? I think everybody is busy in your own way, isn't it? Busy, especially, have a heavy responsibility of job and family. So physically and verbally, and also the mind is quite difficult to have a full-time kind of retreat kind of practice, from busyness of the worldly concern. And most of us are in that position. So therefore, whenever we get free time, creating virtue, ordinary virtue, is not good enough, because it has a very, very small yield, you see. So we have to be smart enough to grab the most powerful tool to create merit. That is the bodhicitta way of creating merit. And that also, for the busy people, at least make sure grab those holy days of the Buddha. An example, like Buddha's holidays, like such as, now one Buddha's holiday is coming soon. The Buddha's miracle day during the Indian, the first month of the Indian or Tibetan calendar, 1st to 15, the whole month, but especially 1st to 15, and especially on 15. So Buddha have chosen, this particular date, this particular month, and because of the impact of what Buddha have achieved, purification and accumulation through the deeds, and also the auspiciousness, the choosing of those particular days, has the benefit of even ordinary merit become extraordinary. Like the merit that in other time you commit, let's say the one merit, if you commit on those days, 100 million times greater. 100 million times greater impact, greater accumulations of merit. So someone has have a busy life, take opportunity, at least those Buddha's day, to conduct a serious retreats, like taking like 8 minor precepts is one of the best way. 24 hours of well-disciplined, it's kind of the precept will make sure you stay within the strict boundary of a practice of your body, speech, and mind. And the 8 minor precept is like something you can take by yourself. You don't need community to help you, you see. Of course, it's wonderful to take at least once before from a master, but then again, if really didn't have opportunity, then that shouldn't be obstacle. You can take it, you in the representations of the visualize Buddha, Bodhisattvas, gurus, or if you have a picture or statues or anything that which is symbolize the value of Buddha's existence. Is it so? Then like that. Then like Sakadawa, which is the Buddha's, among all the Buddha's holiday, understood the Sakadawa month, which is the 4th of the Indian and Tibetan calendar, one of the most powerful month, where Buddha have performed, in some way, I think can understand about four different deeds. Minimum 3 deeds are performed in that month. The Buddha's birth, Buddha's enlightenment, and Buddha's ordination. The Buddha entering into the path of renunciation. Then, if you count 4, then the inception. Buddha, when descend from the Tushita Pure Land, then the inception happened in Mother Maya's womb. Also in Sakadawa, understood like that, So now each of the deeds has 100 million times impact. Now can you imagine there are 300 million times. It's almost like you cannot get away from at least the Sakadawa month. So then one of the very intense is really very, very like impeccable, even to the beginner, first time doing the practice. There's a practice in relation to Chenrezig, which here we are talking about all about Lojong, altruism. Then Chenrezig's practice, like money retreat, in particularly if you manage to conduct Nyungne, the fasting retreat, Nyungne practice. So around the wall of Vajrayana, Mahayana Vajrayana, in the monasteries, in the Dharma centers, one of the highlighted practice during Sakadawa, there's opportunity to they perform Nyungne practice. Is it Nyungne? So it's there's a text compiled by Jabja Lama Sopa Rinpoche called the Nyungne text in English. Maybe you can look into that. There's a benefit of Nyungne, benefit of Omane Peme Hung. Even just read that, you will understand how precious opportunities are out there. You see, so like that. Then the Buddha's will training day, the Indian or the Tibetan calendar, the 4th of the 6th month, Buddha's will training day, where Buddha first time turned the wheel of Dharma, and then Buddha descending from Tushita, the 9 month of the Indian or Tibetan calendar, So then there are other times, other periods, Guru Rinpoche's holidays, Guru Rinpoche's birthday, Guru Rinpoche's enlightenment day, etc. Then your gurus, your spiritual gurus' birthday, now then within the month, like a 30th and 8 and 15, you can understand Nyedong Sege. So it's very much in relation to it's very much like Tara's birthday, like such as 8 on the 8th of each month. There's a special relation to Tara. And then on the 10th, 10th and 25th are understood. The very much the darkas and dakinis. Either they're in days of enlightenment, or either they're days of birthday, or days that where they start performing the enlightened deeds. So the 10th and 25th are very important dates in a month for especially those who practice Tantra, especially High Suki Tantra, and especially Mother Tantra. So that's the perform Sok offering, which we did yesterday. Is one of extensive Guru Yoga practice, choosing that particular date, then performing one of the very important, very powerful tools. Yesterday when you read the text, whole Lamrim teaching is there. You realize that the second part of after the Sok offering, the major practice is all Lamrim practice. Entire glimpse of imprint or imprint that you can actualize in your continuum, just simply doing that, reading them, meditating on them. Then before that, the major focus practice is the essence of the High Suki Tantra, generation and completion stage of the tantric path. It's the most extensive practice of the Dharma. Guru Puja is not just the what ritual that you see, but the meaning it contains is one of the most profound practice. It's understood that when you realize Lama Chopa or Guru Puja, means you are enlightened. Means when you accomplish Guru Puja, meaning you accomplish 2 stages of the tantric path, and you accomplish all the Lamrim realizations, you see, that much. So then on the 8th, there's a Tara Puja. Remember, we also, this time, quite auspicious for us, both puja, the Tara Puja also there, Guru Puja also we did. So then on the 30th, can perform like Medicine Buddha Puja, Medicine Buddha meditations, Medicine Buddha practices, like that. Then for the monastic world, 15 and so there are at least twice of the months of twice dates in the months of very important for the purifications of the transgressions of the precept, etc. So you see, within 1 month, there are few days that is so important from the side of the day or the object. So my point is like at least 4 times a year, we cannot lose opportunity, those 4 holy Buddha's days, especially for the busy people. If every day is a holiday, then wonderful. But if not, then we cannot lose those opportunity and perform practice in relation to altruism. Then you can collect these positive seeds, the most powerful positive seeds in a very short period of time. then all your wishes will be fulfilled, like what Lama Tsongkhapa says, sonam dem mi sambanam yang tup, so when you have so much merit, then mundane wishes also will come in your way. The spiritual wishes also will come in your way, if we know how to create merit well, then the journey of the path becomes so easy. It becomes so easy. So then the fourth one is the power of eradication, is the actual eradication of self-grasping. How long have you wandered in silent existence in general and in the three lower realms in particular? This is brought about by cherishing yourself and desiring it is happiness. So cherishing the demand of false I and working for the demand of the false I's happiness. It's almost like, there's nobody out there that's eating food, you always feed, there's no self is there, but you've been working full time to kind of bring the benefit to the false I, but there's no one is a receiver there. You see, so it completely misuse you, misuse your time, wasted your time. So we have to realize that, So even within this life, all undesirable events, being incapable of maintaining a relationship with your partner, failing to have integrity with respect to your promise and vows, and having no interest in cultivating the realizations of such spiritual attainment, from the recognitions of the reality of the precious human existence to the realizations of the non-self, all are due to cherishing yourself and desiring it is happiness. So very, very clear statement. So that's why like this text is like so detailed in the very easy language, just like following that and meditating it is so beneficial. So with the thought like this, from here on I shall never seek the self's welfare for even a single instant. Instead, I must totally eliminate this view of self-cherishing. In this manner and regard it as the enemy. It doesn't mean that you have anger towards it. Okay? We cannot harbor anger. That's negative. Means regard as an enemy, meaning that you need to get rid of it. So that's simply meaning that get rid of it. Doesn't mean you should get angry, because that's your enemy. So in short, everything we do is to eliminate that. We already discussed that before, isn't it? Everything we do is to eliminate self-cherishing attitude by eliminating self-grasping ignorant. You see, the note that I share about emptiness, if you overcome the false I, then there's nothing left to claim my desirable thing, my object with anger, blah blah. You see. So fifth one, the power of a spiritual prayer is this: aspirational prayer. At the conclusions of all virtuous activities, make the following expression like this: from this moment until I have attained Buddhahood, throughout all my lives, may I never be divorced from the true awakening mind, and may I instead train in them. May I know how to take all circumstances that befall me, whether positive or adverse, into this training. Then after that, Then make offerings to the teacher and the three jewels, and offer the Dharma to the Dharma protectors and elemental spirits, supplicating them thus, like this: help me so that I am never divorced from the true awakening mind throughout all my lives. Help me to meet sublime teacher who revealed this teaching. This, the master said, is a teaching that falls everything into a single utterness of whom. So make offerings to teacher. You see, if you know, those who don't have, who not yet establish spiritual guru student relationship with the human guru, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha is our teacher. You see, like even Chenrezig is our teacher. If you feel connection with Tara, Tara is our teacher. Medicine Buddha is our teacher. You see, but something that because we are learning all the wisdom that Shakyamuni Buddha have shared, then regard Guru Shakyamuni Buddha as our teacher. So he is our root guru. Yeah. But then those of individuals who have a spiritual, human guru, then that's talking about. Now, what pleases? What is the offering? What is the best offering? What is the best offering? Is your transformations of the heart is the best offering. That pleases the guru the most. So if you met with a qualified, even a human guru, even that guru may be not enlightened one, ordinary, but it's your karmic affinited, pure qualified guru, then what pleases the guru is your own merit, yourself accumulating merit, yourself lessening all the flaws, like negative emotions and negative doings, purification of karma, or then becoming more and more positive, becoming more and more happy. So each time, if you have a human guru, each time you see him or her, you are much more wiser than before. You're much more harmonious with the world than before. Much more harmonious within you than before. You see, and much more happier. So you meet the guru now. When next year you meet the guru, you present yourself more confused, then that's not offering. That almost like bring a kaka, it's offering to the guru, you see. So you come with like how to say, when the first time you met the guru, you express all the confusions, all the troubles, or then guru give a Christmas gift to you with the Dharma, how to teach you about karma, how karma works, teach you all the methods, how to transform yourself. Then next time when you meet, then you show the improvement in you. You are much more glowing, much more happier. Even you have more white hair, but glowing white hair. Not like white hair with more stress. You see. So that's what pleases the guru the most. That's the best gift. And some more, each time you have gained more realizations on the path, then that is the best of the best, best of the best gift, really progressing on the path. Let's say you have already, tasted the genuine great compassion in your heart, or, like that. You have practiced, your practice is, improving in that way. The very, like when you give normal gift, you package, isn't it? You package nicely, inside whatever it may be, but the package is so nice, you see. So like this, so cute, you see. So when you present to your guru with the properly nice package, not a real one, the real package, real nicely packaged with like glow, with sense of calmness, sense of having direction, joy, happy, that's the best offering to your teacher, not the material object. A teacher cannot expect material gift. Of course, student you want to offer is your choice, but teacher cannot expect. The real teacher of the Dharma cannot expect material gift and kind of like emotional kind of support, or like grouping, or I have more students, I have more followers. No, the teacher should always remain as a wandering yogic that have nobody. Yet, not only the student, everyone is, every sentient being is, is as precious as more precious than your life in your heart. You see, no attachment. You see, yet, completely for the ultimate well-being. You see, so no expectation, anything to do with the material kind of, So the teacher would expect the transformation of yourself in a happier and happier position, a more and more protected position. That teacher would expect. A teacher has to expect that, because teacher, the qualified teacher means responsible teacher. Means you're especially Mahayani teacher, the responsibility is not only this lifetime. You have to take responsibility up to Buddhahood, up to your students, up to Buddhahood. If the teacher is truly ordinary person, your effort, your dedications as a teacher to a student is the student become Buddha faster than you. Teacher become more qualified than you, soon as possible. So if not qualified teacher, the student become better and better, you get frustrated, you get kind of like, whoa, student is getting better. So even in the conventional relative world, when a true teacher see your student excelling, becoming even let's say more followers following the student than you, the teacher feels so happy, so rejoicing, so rejoicing. So like that. So no question about someone is like so steadily progressing on the path. You see. So. Yeah, make offering to the teachers. You see, then as for a beginner, to smash the self-grasping, the ego, laziness, then like, such as the what taught in the 50 verses of Guru devotion, learn them. Then put oneself in that position as a beginner. Beginner on the path, there may be a lot of obstacles of old patterns, laziness, distractions. So you need to like completely submit under the Guru. For the Guru, going in and coming, it's like, even like give an example like the boat, without any complaint, come and go to deliver the passenger, you see, be like the sweeper, etc. Be like the mountain, be like the so there's like a rope, etc. So there's so many examples, that you can study in the 50 verses of Guru devotion. So if you again, not by the demand of the Guru, from your side, you submit like that. then you get really, really well trained. When Guru devotion is perfected in that way, then entire realization understood is it just comes in your way, even without notice, even without kind of asking, pursuing. It's just like a flood like that comes in your way rapidly. It's understood like that. You see. So when we talk about offering to the Guru, you can offer like that in the practice of the Guru devotion practice like that. The Guru devotion in thought and action, at least train from your heart. That's the best gift to the Guru. You see Guru as a Buddha. You see, whether the Guru is Buddha or not doesn't matter. But to prepare the best gift from your side, the purified mind, see Guru as a Buddha. If Guru is misbehaving, see teaching. You say this is against, this is non-virtue. Say teaching me, not to behave like that. You see, or understand that my own flow is reflecting. The Guru is like a mirror. Your own flow reflecting. You see, so it's a training. It's a training for our mind. So this is not easy. But it's most beneficial. You see, then ultimately you need to arrive to a successful Guru devotion that you see yourself oneness with the Guru, inseparable. As I briefly mentioned yesterday. You see, your three doors are one entity with the Guru. You see, you function in accordance with the Guru's demand. Means the demand of the wisdom of the Dharma. You see, you will speak the way how Guru would speak to others, like that. As mentioned yesterday. Yeah, you will behave the way how Guru would behave. So every actions of the thoughts and body speech you validate by questioning. Would Guru behave like this? Would Guru talk like this? Would Guru think like that? If you think Guru think like that, think like that. If Guru will speak like that way, speak like that. If Guru would physically behave like that, you see, you behave like that. You validate like that. You see, so you become completely indifferentiable from the Guru and you. Then you realize Guru devotion. It becomes natural like that. You see, So this is so beneficial that you are always with the Guru. You see, again, in a very simple way, there's no room to feel loneliness, no room to feel scared, no room to feel upset. You're always with the protection. Then this practice in the lifetime, when the reality of death comes in your way, the one thing freshly will be there to take care of you is the Guru. The Guru's present, and that understood as the most powerful power, transferring consciousness. When you remember the Guru at the time of dying, you say there's no more powerful power than that, transferring consciousness to enlightenment or to Pure Land than that. You see, that much power. You see, like His Holiness often say, accept the reality of aging, then death will come, and remember me. His Holiness often used to give this refuge to people, and His Holiness also openly share that people come to share that at the time of their dying, they think of you and they die with so much comfort, so much confidence. You see, I remember my grandpa. He passed away. He's illiterate. He actually never. I don't think he even had any chance of receiving blessing from His Holiness. I don't think so. I can't remember. Maybe not, because he's all the time with animals. He's as a nomad all the time with the animals. But he, through the picture or whatever, he know His Holiness in that way. And he didn't study about Chenrezig, but he knows Chenrezig. He don't understand the meaning of Om Mani Padme Hum, but he has absolute clear devotion to Om Mani Padme Hum. And he translates that value in his heart. He is the most gentle, compassionate person, not only to the human, to the animals. The animals. So he have few cows. His whole life is about the cows. Few cows. He really pat them. He would never beat them up. When he sees someone someone that people throwing stone to the cow, he will tell them. He will tell them, they have a feeling. You cannot hurt them. So in my village, that time 2-3 months heavy snow, so you have to keep the cows at the house. So when there's a sun appears, then he will display the grass in the snow. Then let the cows to come out. Then he will sit at in front of the cows or either at the veranda. Then he always carry one fluid and one prayer wheel and one big mala, So he will fluid. He play fluid to the cows. And then you see, I remember I spent quite some time with him. He's my safe haven to be so happy. So even if you sometimes stay in the mountain together with him, so he would do that all the time. And the cows, they everybody come, they listen. They eat the grass, and then they pay full attention, and he close his eyes, play like that. Then never stop, unless even when he called the cows, like very gentle, like kind of very calm, like that. He said, "Calm." You won't do like that, calm, like that, very very gentle. Then there are certain cows that only let him milk. He won't let anybody to milk them. People can feel the gentleness, the connection. So very very kind person. So before he passed away, he was. So I saw that 1 week period. So I went back to family home, and I think he must be bedridden for some time. But when I went up that time, he cannot open his eyes. So it's very old. And he never went to a doctor. He was just because of old age. I don't know, 90 something he passed away. It's just old age passing away, not because of any sicknesses. And he can still pronounce some words. So we open his eye like that, so I think he must have recognized. So he has this, what you call Z, precious gem, so passed down from his ancestral families. And then maybe some kind of like a silver coins, old coins or something like that, something valuable, few things. He asked for offer to Dalai Lama, So he said, make offering. And he expressed every day. He been expressing that to my aunties' families, but also to me. He says that there's a long queue of procession with a lot of beautiful musics, the trumpets, and he can tell detail. Then it's asking, all the processions for him, and at the end is a Chenrezig. So there are procession for him to go to Chenrezig. So every day his mind is filled with that. Then he stopped his breath, pass away. So it's no doubt where he will be in that kind of, you see. So, okay, now where this story comes in. So, sorry, anyway.
Transference of consciousness at the time of death.
Oh, yes, or transferring of consciousness at the time of death with the Guru devotion. So, yeah, so here, so, you know, from his side, he regarded, you know, like his son as his Guru, or his Cherezik as his Guru. So, full time, you know, because of whole life, he'd been remembering that. And at the time of death, can you imagine at the time of death, the weakening of our concentration will be so weak, and the hallucinations will be so difficult for us to remember virtues or Dharma or Guru or Buddha, because of unless you have a very intense imprint, isn't it? Repeated imprint. Even when we have little sickness, you know, like little headache, as you know, like all the Dharma quickly disappear, and want to think of it also is so intense of the pain, difficult, you know, and excessive delusion in our even conceptual level. It's so difficult for us to, you see, keep the mindfulness in the practice. So you need intense, repeated habituation. So this is here all the 5 powers of the lifetimes talking about that. You know, from the day we meet the Dharma, this Dharma, then the bodhicitta is something that repeatedly we have to remember, or even the Guru. And here, since we are talking about the Guru, you know, the Guru devotion, you know, oneness of yourself, oneness of the Guru, repeatedly, all the time use that, then, you know, that really can help us so greatly, you see. It's no need to be scholar to do that. You know, like the grandpa, you know, you see. So that's like that. Then offering to 3 jewels. The practice is the best offering, like Milarepa, you know, have emphasized. I have no material offerings to offer except my practice, you know. So that's the thing. Then offer Torma to the Dharma protectors and elemental spirits, you know, supplicating them thus. So those are, if you know, you do it. If you don't know, it's okay. You know, just Guru Yoga practice is everything, or just, you know, dedicating in bodhicitta is everything. But if there are so many tools that you can use, and not able to use all these tools doesn't mean that, you know, your practice become limited. It doesn't mean like that. You see, if you're able to, if you have time, if you know how to do it, use them. If not, it's okay. Help me so that I am never divorced from the true awakening mind throughout all my lives, you know. Help me to meet sublime teachers who reveal this teaching. So another supplication is never stay away from the Guru, perfect Mayanic Guru. So important, you know, along the training on the path. That's, I think, one of the most important thing that we need to achieve. The environment in our life, you know, so ever future lifetime, yeah, you see. So you try to figure it out. And at least there's one Guru that you can take as a root Guru. As I mentioned before briefly, what means root Guru? You know, who is beneficial to you 3 times. Now, at the time of death, and through intermediate state after rebirth, up to next reincarnation, you know. That's most important. Maybe more important than, you know, kindness in 3 times, in the sense, give you vows, give you teaching, and give you initiation. That also one way of understanding. But the most important thing is the inspiration is the matter. The inspirational figure that protection, refuge, the Guru being in your life as an inspirational figure for now and even at the time of death, then future life. You see, so and that is that Guru is the one that you train Guru devotion practice. Remaining rest of the Gurus are emanation of that or the embodiment of that. You see, so then that you cannot define by how long time you spend with that teacher, or how long you know that teacher in this life. You cannot define by like that, or how many Dharma teaching you receive. That also not like that. How profound Dharma in intellectual level that you receive, we don't define like that, or how charismatic in the conventional world, cannot define like that, or how many followers that your teacher have, cannot define like that. How big temple that your teacher have, cannot define like that. How young, how old, cannot define like that. Sometimes we say, oh, this is too old, so it's maybe not much time for me to learn, so I won't regard the Guru. Not like that. Oh, this is too young, not like that. Oh, this Guru, no time to receive teaching. Like this Guru don't even speak my language. It's so cannot. Not like that. You see, and also, oh, this Guru is not more there physically. He's already passed away. Like Shakyamuni Buddha, not physically there. Cannot define because of there's no physical existence. So it is a connection to heart, in the form of inspiration. So the whole thing is about is had to inspire you on the path. Whole thing about is remind you to stay on the path. Whole thing about is like tell you, one or another way. The most important thing is through your wisdom that, oh, you are sidetracking, you're falling into the wrong path. Someone served that figure. Someone served that figure. And someone that I'm confident that he or she definitely will be there in his blessing, definitely will be there in the blessing when I'm passing away from this world. And he or she will be there in the intermediate state, to guide me through, that unknown, or what you call that dark period of my time, you see. And he or she that will be there to, introduce me the clear light onto the path, you see. Who will inspire me to keep committing causes for my enlightenment, who will inspire me to keep purifying limitations on the path to enlightenment. Oh, that's your real Guru. You see, that's where you find the real Guru. You see, that cannot be emotional also. You see, it has to be fixed. Once you rely, that's it. You see, no U-turn. No try it out. You see, like that. Then. Even Guru behave like a street dog. You will manage to train you the best way that you even manage to see Buddha in the Guru who is manifesting as a street dog. What proof? That prove what? That prove your realization. That help to prove your realization, your progress on the path. You see, like that. Then you become fearless. Really, really fearless. Okay. Yeah, so where am I? So there's a prayer I think I will ask Julie to share with you in relation to Guru. There are a few just recently in Malaysia, just us put together. Maybe you can read that. All these supplication prayers in relation to Guru is there. Okay, thank you. Have a good lunch.